Hello there, my beautiful Leo signs. It's Rachel with Dark Knight Coaching. You had a very interesting tarot reading that I pulled. So before I get on camera, I meditate with music to your cards and your energy. And I pull a traditional Celtic cross spread, which is usually about 10 cards. Sometimes I pull a couple bonus cards just to clarify the energy. And I'm an intuitive reader, so I go with the flow, and whatever comes out for the collective is what I pull. And your energy, Leo, is about heartbreak. It's about moving on. It's about trials and tribulations. The song I was listening to was Cycles by Frank Sinatra, so you might want to check out those lyrics. It's not a great happy song, but it is a song that I think is very fitting to this reading. And the message is pretty clear. So I'm going to dive right into the energy. Your current situation is the Eight of Pentacles. So you're putting the work in. And that could be like putting in the work for your job, your career opportunities. But it's also a card that can be like putting the work in on yourself and trying to shift something. Because the challenge that you're having right now, what's crossing you, is the Ten of Wands. And this is baggage from the past. This is like all of the wounds and traumas that you're kind of carrying with you and lugging around. Now, the basis of this situation is the Four of Pentacles. This can be a card about saving money. This can be a card about being reserved or holding yourself back. It kind of depends. So take this message as it resonates. But if it does happen to resonate, make sure you smash that like button, please, Leo, because it helps my channel grow, and I greatly appreciate it. Now, in your past energy, you have the Devil card. The Devil card I like to think of as like our ego card. This is like bad habits, bad patterns, addictions, behaviors that don't serve you, temptations, those sorts of things. Maybe lustful energy that's like devoted to carnal urges. That's kind of your past energy, but your current energy, like in the now, is the Five of Cups. So you have kind of a like regret or remorse when it comes to looking back in the past, which was already pretty clear with this baggage card. So it's like you're trying to get over the things that happened to you, the trauma that you went through. And everything in life happens to you for a reason, even though sometimes it's really hard to see or understand why. I do feel like that's what's happening for you. Sorry, I had to pause that real quick, but the Five of Cups is about also realizing there's two more cups here for you, Leo. Like, you are not, and all hope is not lost. There's still stuff to work with. You just have to figure out how to transmute the pain and the energy of the past. Now, in your near future here, you have the Five of Wands. This is a card of conflict. It's also a card of change and fighting sometimes. But I do feel like what you're fighting for is your belief system and your value system, because Seven of Wands is all about standing up for yourself. This is your morals. This is your ethics. This is just who you are. And I do feel like you're stepping up to the plate here, and it's very important to be confident, which you are a confident sign. Now, what's your power and control in this situation? You have the Three of Swords. This is a card of heartbreak. And I do feel like you have the power to wear your heart on your sleeve if you choose to, or put yourself out there and be vulnerable. But I'm not sure you're really at that point yet, because I don't think you're ready or satisfied. Because when people look at you from the outside, they see this like apathy, like when it comes to emotions, like not completely satisfied with what there is to offer. But I do see that you're very hopeful, because your card, the Sun card, came out here, and that's a very joyous card, very hopeful card. So I don't think all hope is lost, but I do feel like with your potential future energy, you're a bit trapped in your thoughts about something, and it might be in this like analysis paralysis mode, Leo, where you're feeling a bit stuck. So it's all about your mindset and about how you're going to shift and transition. Now, in your subconscious energy, interestingly enough, you had the Page of Cups, which is like a small offer of love. And maybe this is just self-love. If this is not putting yourself out there on the apps or whatever, I do feel like for some of you, this is just trying to find the happiness within. Ooh, okay. And you also have serendipity. So you might be meeting someone soon. Again, this doesn't have to be like a love person or partner. This could just be like a very interesting meeting, a coincidence type of energy that's divinely timed and divinely coordinated to help you align with the trajectory that you're on. Now, you also have the Discovery card. This is a cool card. I don't pull this one very often. It says reawaken your sense of discovery and expedition. So if you've been maybe waiting for a little bit of spark or a little bit of, I don't know, curiosity to come back into your life, you're going to have to be the lead on that. You're going to have to light your own fire and strike the match for yourself so you can kind of build back some of this joy. Yeah, some of you have been in a mood. Okay. The chakra card I pulled for you, 2 came out, so I'm taking them both because they both seem very fitting. You have impartiality and isolation. Impartiality is tied to your crown chakra. That's your connection to your higher self and spirit. It's a card of basically being like here nor there about it. It's kind of a balance card, almost like a stoicism type of energy. And then with isolation, this is about, hermit mode essentially, where you're just kind of keeping to yourself. It's also tied to your throat chakra, which is all about speaking your truth and being authentic. So maybe you're just trying to kind of build up the courage again because of some heartbreak that you've experienced. You're just trying to set a new precedent for yourself. Now, this one says, my world has an abundance of love, trust, and compassion, and make sure you have all of those things for yourself, which you're a Leo. I shouldn't have to tell you that. You usually do. But sometimes when you're down on your luck or if you just feel down in life generally, you don't feel like there's much love or trust or compassion. And, unfortunately, narcissism, I think, is a pandemic, and I know everyone likes to throw that word around, but it's like we all have narcissistic tendencies and personality traits, and we all have empathetic tendencies and personality traits, and it's finding that nice balance between the two in order to gain access to your spiritual abilities, to find that divine power within. Now, you also have the card, A New Start is Coming, which I do think is just another confirmation about this shift and this change that's happening for you, Leo. You're just moving out of some old mindsets. Now, the intuition card I have for your third eye is practice. Listen to those nagging voices at the back of your mind. Is it your intuition telling you something? Is it whispering or shouting? And what have you not heard? So I do feel like there's some major shifts happening for you at this time. And then, let's see, I'll pull an archetype card for you and then another card. You have Kairos. Something about the color blue might be significant. I'm seeing like the ocean right now. So make sure you look into that. Definitely tied to emotions. Kairos. Something about huskies. And you also have a card of compassion. It says you demonstrate the language of the heart by actively sharing and living in love. And make sure you're having compassion for yourself, Leo, especially if you're getting over bad habits or heartbreak. It's easy to blame yourself for maybe not seeing things so clearly initially, but everyone goes through trials. Now, the last card I have for you is from my I Ching deck. It's number 22, Beauty. It says this is about natural beauty, the simple expression of nature, but it's also about the way people create images to communicate something of a person or a thing's inner nature. However, no created image could ever express a whole person. It's a time for an imaginative, lively exploration of beautiful ways the essence could flower and be seen. So how could you make the essence visible, and what do you choose to communicate? And I think this is just tied to your throat chakra, because this is all about expression and authentic self and what you need to do to maybe move out of this like isolation state into something a little more aligned with joy and happiness. Now, I was pulling up Kairos to see what populates here. It just says Kairos is the ancient Greek word or the meaning of the right critical moment. Wow. And it's also means weather or time. So there's something about weather and time and serendipity, because serendipity is essentially the right time and the right place. So definitely something serendipitous that is going to happen to you pretty soon. I would say within the next 5 months, you should be expecting some shift or some new start coming for you. And that could be when it comes to some career move, or for some of you, it's definitely a love connection, especially with the serendipity. I feel like, it just reminds me of that John Cusack movie. And I think that's, tied to romance here somehow for you, Leo. So Hopefully this video helped. If it did, again, please smash that like button. It helps my channel grow and I greatly appreciate it. And I will see you next time.